The address of this home is 7976 Sweet Rose Lane. It's in Jacksonville, Florida, 32244. It's a rent-to-own for $750 a month. It's been totally redone. New appliances, countertops, fans, fixtures, carpet, paint, everything, as you can see. It's essentially a brand new home. What I always tell people, though, is what makes a house special isn't what kind of appliances you have in there. It's if you own it or not. Right now, we will get someone approved for this home to own it. Our rent-to-owns are, we're basically just, you're renting until we get you approved for a traditional mortgage. Don't care if you've been turned down. Had a person this week that was turned down by 3 banks, got them approved in 60 days at an interest rate below 4%. And when that happens, with the rates low and the home prices so low, this is what somebody will end up paying for this house. It varies, but this is taxes, interest, and everything. If you're VA, or if you're military, it'll be a little cheaper, but the max might be $850 a month compared to renting the same house for $1,100. And people that are just considering just payments are not thinking properly. How much money are you throwing away on rent every year? When you pay a rent payment, it's 100% gone. This is about turning your rent payment into an investment. People that are buying houses right now are going to get paid to live there. So you have to think, if you're somebody who thinks like that and is thinking about, building equity in something, fill out the form below. We'll tell you exactly what it's going to take to get a loan. What we're looking for is people who realize there's no blacklist of people that can never get financed for a home. As long as you have a job and you make money, and that money's reported to the IRS, that's how they do loans today. It has to be money that you pay taxes on. You can get a home loan. Absolutely true. Some people are a lot harder than others. But with rates this good and the deals this good right now, it's worth fighting for. It's worth filling out the form and just figuring out where you stand. Fill out this form. We'll tell you exactly where you stand so that you can take advantage of this buyer's market. If that's something you're interested in, fill out the form, and we'll be in touch with you very shortly. And for whatever reason, sometimes there are people who just aren't super motivated to buy a house. They're kind of entitled. They'd like to buy a house, but they're not really, hell-bent either way. I'm convinced that every single one of those people, which is only about 10 to 20% of the people I talk to, just don't understand what they're missing here. And I just like to tell people, go to this government website, ginniemade.gov. It compares renting versus buying. And if you just compared an $850 a month rent payment to buying a $125,000 home right now. And these are the interest rates we're getting people, by the way. People that are turned down in a bank, once I get you approved, we're talking a low rate. That's what makes this such a good deal. It's not like you're just coming out a couple $100 to the month better. Over time, if you look at it, we're talking about $445,000 in this situation. That's how much more your net worth's going to be. Because when you make a rent payment, you're throwing 100% away right away. So that's why people right now, they're getting paid to live in their house. Even if you move this to 5 years and you sell your home, if 30 years seems like a long time, you're still getting paid to live in your house. At what scenario is your landlord going to come back and give you $35,000 in 5 years? People, I know people understand it's a big deal, but it's even bigger deal than you might think, because look at the numbers here. If you have a job and you make money, you're paying this amount of money, you're going to have to pay rent or a mortgage. You're going to have to pay one. You might as well pay the one that's going to pay you back someday. And if you'd be so surprised how easy it is for some people to get over the hump and get a mortgage. As long as you have a job and make money, you can do it. The other thing is I know it sounds like sometimes I'm biased. I think Jacksonville is a great place to invest, but I can promise you we've got investors from all over the country contacting me about Jacksonville, Florida homes. That's where this is just a double whammy as far as great home prices and unbelievable interest rates. I just want people to listen to this for 2 seconds.
Because Florida's one of the worst hit places.
Well, that's it. Exactly.
So it's
the bubble's been erased. That's
Yep.
the idea. The bubble's been erased. In Florida, almost across the state, they're back to 2001 prices. So if we have a chart here for Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
If this doesn't give you a burning desire to get a home or do whatever the few simple things necessary to figure out what it's going to take to get home, then there's just something not right with people like that. If they're also getting up and going to work and working hard, but they won't spend 5-10 minutes to figure out what is it going to take to get them a mortgage. So fill out the form below. I've seen 10,000 credit reports. I can tell you exactly what it's going to take for you to get a home. There is no blacklist of people that just can't get a homes. If you're looking to just break the rent cycle and take advantage of this, we can help you. Fill out the form below and we'll tell you exactly what it's going to take.